Hey everybody, this is Al Morenton with MOVIDA. So we're excited to bring you episode 6 of MOVIDA Live. So before we get started, we want to make sure that you understand that MOVIDA products and programs are not intended to diagnose, treat, or cure any illness or disease. Okay, so the topic of today's discussion or episode is: what is RSO, aka FECO, also known as full extract cannabis oil or Rick Simpson oil? Okay, so the goal for today is for you to understand, like basically what it is, that there's an actual art involved with it, and what makes ours, what makes MOVIDA so very special. And a quick teaser for today: we're going to go over at the end of the episode, we're going to be talking about the actual stuff. This is the raw oil, and these are this is the actual oil formulated and stuff like that. We're going to talk about that. I'm going to show that towards the end or somewhere around the middle or so. So let's get right into it. So the full extract cannabis oil, FECO, and RSO. First off, there's like controversy within the names: Rick Simpson oil, full extract cannabis oil, and stuff like that. They're basically the same. Don't worry about the differences between the two. And also, just so you know, this is my take on it too, because there's no like set terms in the cannabis and hemp industry. So sometimes people use terms like just any way they want to, and so this is my take on it, and just understand that, I've been doing this for 32 years, and I went blind and got my vision back with cannabis oils, etc. So typically RSO or FECO is a high THC indica strain of an extraction, okay? And it gets you crazy high. Like it's a THC indica, and it gets you high, crazy high. And that's the biggest complaint that there has, to the tune where people that have like cancer and all things like that, they'd rather like have the cancer and deal with it than get that high every single day, right? And by the way, like pretty much all of the like crazy success stories that you hear about on the internet, they stem from RSO or FECO, right? The Rick Simpson oil or the full extract cannabis oil. And it's very valuable, and it's what actually saved my eyesight, right? The high THC indica stuff, because I didn't even know about CBD back then, right? So I'm very grateful for it. But even somebody like I smoke the herb, and I enjoy it and stuff like that. But even me that likes it, it sucks getting that high, that crazy high, like every single day. And then also you couldn't take it throughout the day. You had to wait till the end of the day and stuff like that. So that limited you. So as we sort of became aware of CBD and the benefits, and we sort of experimented with stuff, and we transferred over from the high THC company that MOVIDA originally was to more of a CBD predominant company. And I was actually able to develop a high CBD version of the RSO, right? And the main thing about it is it didn't get you high, right? It does not get you high. So the huge benefit of that is, well, the main thing is like for me with my eyes, it actually works better than the high THC indica version. Like better, like it's crazy. And it works for other people with whatever it's working for them with, better as well for the majority. There are some people, a very small percentage, like literally 1 to 2%, that do better with the high THC. But predominantly, like 98% of the people, 99% of the people do better with this hype CBD version. And we're the only ones I know of that have this stuff, because there is an art form to it, right? And it's a specific extraction process, and then I've created the formulations and things like that. So there's some people that have like something that they say is similar to it, but I've actually purchased it, tested it, and it doesn't work, because I'm actually able to test it on myself and see, and like I start to lose my eyesight on it, and with our stuff, I actually improve mine. So that's what's happening. I talk about what's happening with myself, but I can't make claims on our actual products, right? So, yeah, so like I said, we're the only ones that I know of on the market that has this stuff, and One of the things that makes RSO special is, the fact that we actually developed it and we actually have it, right? And we were, when we with the RSO, the high THC version, when we were doing that, we were the makers of the finest RSO period, in the industry, and we had it to scale. And the same thing with this stuff. We have it to scale, so it's available. Because remember, like if I run out, I go blind in 7 days. So we can't have people running out. So we make sure we have it to scale. We have the farms and the raw materials to support scale, to support like a big influx of orders, in other words, right? So that's a huge thing. But also like the things that we use, like the solvents that we use and things like that, are very specific, and they're number one, they're safe, right? You can actually literally drink our solvents, and at the most you'll get a little bit drunk or something, but you will live and be fine and stay healthy. Other solvents, like that are used in the industry, like you drink them and you literally die. They're toxic and you die. Like ours costs over $100 a gallon, right? Over $100 a gallon. And the typical other solvents cost about $14 a gallon, right? So much, much different. And then there's a difference in quality too, right? Just like with our glass bottles, like our glass bottles are, the cost of that's like 10 times the cost of a normal regular amber bottle or something like that. But there's a specific difference that we get from this, and there's a reason we have this, and so we think about all kinds of stuff, and the quality is actually, the proof's in the pudding with our product kind of thing, So like we said, I have that I created the formulations, and that's a big deal. And that the reason behind that is typically when you get an RSO or a full extract cannabis oil, it comes in something like this. This is a really big syringe of it, but it's and it's not something you inject inside of you. This is just like a easy way to deliver small dosages. There's no needle or anything, right? But so people just usually squirt out a little bit onto their tongue or onto a piece of bread or a toothpick or something, and they'll take it down. But there's no accurate way to get a dosage, right? And if the oil might be like a 50% extra CBD in the oil or 60%, it could vary. And so each dosage, each time you get a new batch, it might vary even the amount, that you're taking could have varying amounts of CBD in it. So what I do is I formulate it into carrier oils and put it into capsules and tinctures. So I formulate it into a carrier oil, so it's not just that raw tar anymore. And there's a couple of reasons for that. And then we put it into capsules, and then we also put it into tinctures, like these little dropper bottles, okay? So the benefits of that are the carrier oil does just that. A carrier oil is meant to carry the product, in this case, the CBD and other cannabinoids and phytonutrients and stuff that's in this raw oil. It carries all this stuff up into your body, from your stomach up into your liver, and it spreads it, puts it into your bloodstream, and it travels all over and gets delivered throughout your body, right? So it actually helps you to uptake and carry it into your body, so you absorb more of it, okay? This stuff costs money, so the more that you can absorb of it, the better. And then the other side of that is that you have accurate dosage, because with this, like we said, you don't have an accurate dose. You're guessing, and guessing isn't what we do over here, right, at MOVIDA. So we have specific milligram dosages in the capsules, and and with the tincture, these are highly concentrated, and so there's a certain number of milligrams per drop that we have. So you could do that down to the micro dose. You could do this up into macro dosing. It's very, very, very awesome. So those are very, very key things that make us very special. You don't have that in other companies. I don't see it anywhere. And the biggest thing, though, the biggest thing is I'm patient zero for this company, right? So every single batch that is made of our full extract oil, and the other oils too, but especially this full extract oil, I test it on myself. So as soon as a new batch is made, I stop taking the other batch, because I take what's off the shelf. I take this stuff and this stuff just for variety. It's the same stuff, but just one's a tincture, one's a capsule. But I just because just for variety and boredom's sake and everything, but I take that exact step. So I'll stop taking the previous batch when a new batch is made, and I'll just take that new batch, and I'll know within a day or two if it's working or not. Not just if it has CBD and this and that, you know, in it, but if the stuff's actually active and doing benefit, right? And because that's a big deal, and other people don't know that. I know because my vision starts to break apart in just one day if I don't have good stuff, right? And like for the most part, every single time except for 2 times, we've had it be therapeutically active, right? So you know we know what we're doing and we have it like that. But there's been 2 times where something happened, you know, at the farm that we were dealing with at the time, and we got the product just wasn't bad for whatever reason, or wasn't good for whatever reason. So we like that whole entire batch we threw away. We had to do that twice over the last 2.5 years, and it's like multiple thousands of dollars if you throw it down the drain. But it saves myself and our community, our people that we love, right, from having to suffer needlessly, you know, because people depend on us. I depend on this stuff as much as anybody else, but people depend on us. They depend on me, and I take that as a great responsibility. And I do not joke around with it. I only put out products that I will take myself to, and I will actually know that works, right? I will not put out anything else but that. Okay, so hopefully you guys get that and get why MOVIDA is important. Okay, so again, if you like this video, then click the like button. If you are new to the channel and you like what you heard and want to hear more, then subscribe. And again, Al Morenton with MOVIDA. Thank you and have a beautiful day. Peace.